Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. The Fur Shed Series, brought to you by Who's Your Trapper Outdoors. Who's Your Trapper Supply, Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, HTS Productions, Who's Your Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, welcome to the Fur Shed Series. And the idea for this is, I always used the shop back at Who's Your Trapper, the taxidermy area for doing fur handling, that kind of thing. We've got a big barn here at home, but my trapping stuff was always spread all over the place. It's always in disarray.
Making a big mess of basically the entire barn.
Yeah, of trapping stuff. So decided to build one within the interior of our barn, so at least we didn't have to worry about exterior protection from the weather. But obviously this barn's cold in the wintertime, so we started on this back in January,
Yep.
And we just worked basically Sunday afternoons on it.
Yeah, basically, it's a 10-foot by 24-foot 4-dimension with a true 10-foot ceiling on the inside. Fully insulated, so it'll be nice in the summer and
Right.
winter. So
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that it was very well insulated, so we didn't have to run. We're going to use electric heat, but obviously you want to be, keep your costs down as much as you can. And it doesn't have to be super warm in there, but as long as we got good airflow and we can keep in the 50 to 60 range, that's fine. So, and watch the humidity too. Come in and check this out. All right, as you can see, it's still a major work in progress. Like I said, I've always got a lot of projects going on, so this is just one more on the list. But what we've been doing, like Jake said, we put full 10-foot ceilings in. So we're going to put our hooks on the ceiling for hanging fur. We'll have built this bench. The fleshing beam will be on this far end. We'll have some hangers up here to hang stretchers and that kind of thing on. And we will continue to update this show as we go along and update the progress of this. So started out this coated fiberboard on the walls. Something we're gonna try out just because of grease and off of skins or whatever. We can keep that, wipe that off, keep it clean. We just, instead of using liquid nails to fasten that, we actually just put a washer on a screw and attached it that way. If it doesn't work out, we can easily take it off and do something else. I've got some old barn wood laying around, so we're putting that on the part of the walls in here just for decor purposes. So that's kind of in progress. On the bench here, as you can tell, we're still working on this room, but I've got a vise. Jake put these on here, and then bench swager. To be honest with you, I've used this for ferrules, aluminum ferrules, but I like using it on J-hooks. It's just so handy versus the handheld J-hook pliers. Jake got that set up last year on that, and he goes, "Why don't you just use that on the J-hooks?" And I said, "Yeah, good idea." So anyways, much easier. But this is kind of an initial investment that's kind of expensive, but man, in the long run, they really pay for themselves and they make the job so much easier and give you the leverage. If you've ever tried using one of the hand swagers or whatever, man, they're a bear. So, and then Justin's on the camera. Behind Justin, we've got all the storage area. And once again, this will all become organized, but we'll have tubs all for specific traps. The lighter weight stuff on the top shelf, I got gloves in that tub. And once this gets fully organized, then each tub will be marked as to what's in it. MD550s, that drags, 110 body traps, and so on. So like I said, this is kind of all a work in progress, and we will update this show. That's one thing about this First Shed Series show. We're not going to have it on quite the regular schedule that we do with the regular Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. We'll just basically, once we've got another show to put together, when we've done some things in here, then it'll be uploaded again. So you'll just have to watch basically for our emails, and for those of you that are subscribed to YouTube, of course, we'll get that notice too. So anyways, trap dyeing equipment. Basically, for the most part, I want 95% of everything in this room. Colony muskrat traps, stuff that's cage traps, that kind of thing. We're actually going to put on the top of the first shed for that kind of storage up there. So, because that would take up a lot of space in here. One thing we put in too is we've actually got it's an 8 foot. They're 4x8 doors, but we put a double door in here, and we got peacocks. You can hear our peacocks turn on. We'll wait till they're done. They for those of you that have never been around peacocks, you can hear they're pretty annoying, but they make that noise like a turkey shock gobble. So anytime they hear some sort of sudden noise, it sets them off. So we've got a double door right here, and a friend of mine, he had this old pallet jack, and he said, "I'll trade you a fiber tough pack basket. You give me a fiber tough basket, and I'll give you that pallet jack." And at first I'm thinking, that would be handy at the shop. And I said, no, it'd be even more handy at home, because we can come in and out of this door. So when we're getting ready to take a trip or trap around here, just load our stuff on that and wheel it out there. A lot of times our barn's got stuff sitting here and we can't back my truck in. So
Just wheel it out there to the door and load it up.
Yeah. So as you can see, that's how this is stuff that was from the last trip that we were on and hasn't even been put away yet. So anyways, just wheeled it in here, and it's just really handy to have. So obviously we got the setup to use it, and didn't hardly cost anything to get it. So just one more handy tool. The bench, good sturdy bench. We just actually built the top out of 2x4s and 2x6s. It'll take, you can stand on it, jump up and down on it, or whatever. It's a good sturdy bench. We coated it with
Hellman's Spar urethane.
It's actually an indoor-outdoor treatment, just for moisture or whatever. We're going to put a couple more coats on it, just keep the bench lasting longer, able to clean it up over time. As you know, Hamlin fur, that kind of thing's got pretty messy. So, we want to try to be able to keep this cleaned up.
And that's another thing with that whiteboard too. We got scraps of that if we're working on the bench, skinning something, we can lay that down and work on top of it, so you can clean it up easily too.
And the reason we used the full 4 foot height here is you can put a coon on a wooden board and just lean it against her, and it's not going to soak into your walls or whatever. So I think this stuff was about $12 a sheet, so it's pretty reasonable. And like I said, we're going to give it a try and see how it works out. If we don't like it, it's not like we're going to have to chip it off the wall because we just screwed it on. So one thing about this shop, Jake, like I said, Jake and I did it all. Jake loves doing electrical wiring and all that kind of stuff. So and that's not my area of expertise by any means. So Jake did all the wiring and got our lights. I think we got it pretty well lit in here too.
Yeah.
We got 5 8-foot fluorescents on top.
Very few shadows overall.
We may need another light on this other side with the fleshing beam over on that other end. But we'll work on that. We'll show that to you, and if we've got issues, we'll address that as we go along. But we're just hoping that in the comment area, you guys are welcome to make suggestions, or hopefully for those of you that are setting up this type of shed, first shed or room or whatever, equipment room, that we're going to offer you some ideas too. The friend of ours, Trent Masterson, when we were up at his place in Michigan, got some ideas from him on his. He's got a neat first shed set up. One thing he's got that we haven't got set up in here yet is a TV with a DVD player and some music and
Western movies.
Western movies. Yeah. I think the last time we were up there, we were watching. Remember which one we were watching, Dustin?
Mm-mm.
It was one of the John Wayne movies, and we only got about a third of the way through it. And so Trent says, "Next time you're up, we'll skin some muskrats and watch the rest of that movie." But anyways, we got to get that set up in here yet too. So, anything you want to add?
Tell you one thing that was a real pain, and somebody who does it professional will probably disagree, but putting those 4x8 sheets of OSB up on the ceiling with just two of us.
On a 10-foot ceiling, we're not, and it's not something we do every day. Like Jake said, we're not professionals, so that was probably the biggest pain, getting those up there and getting them attached.
Next time we'll be renting a drywall jack.
So, I mean, we got an insulated door. It's an exterior door. Like I said, I want to, if some of this stuff may have cost a little additional. This is very well insulated all the way around. This is actually the exterior wall in the barn. So this is actually has
reflective foam board.
Right. And
fiberglass.
Right. Fiberglass insulation both. So, if we can keep our costs down on heating this during the winter, that's the whole idea. We are going to seal around this door better than that, just to get that more airtight. But I definitely wanted that double door in here just to take stuff in and out and make things handier. So I think that's kind of it for this round of the show. I hope, like I said, we'll put these up. It's going to be a little less formal than our regular show, not have the regular schedule to it, so when we do something, then we'll get this put up and as we do things in here. But I'm excited about having everything organized, and so when you're ready to go trap rats, you just grab a tub or 2 tubs or whatever. You want to go trap coons, you grab the dog proof box and the 220 box and the number 11 box, and you go, your steaks or whatever. So, when the season comes around, you got to have everything ready, and you're not scrambling at the last minute trying to get equipment ready, which seems like invariably I'm doing. But I'm hoping that with this setup and having everything in one place and knowing where stuff's at, we can get through that. So, anyways, that's kind of where we're at, and we'll put another show up as soon as we have something to show you.